She gave up everything to be queen. He gave up the church to marry her, and yet he watched her die without blinking. They called her a witch, a whore, a traitor to the crown. But what if the greatest betrayal wasn't hers? It was his. This is not just a story of love turned to ashes. This is the rise and ruin of Anne Boleyn, and the bloody truth England tried to bury forever. Before the scaffold, before the sword met her neck, there was Anne, sharp-tongued, fiercely intelligent, dangerously charming. She wasn't the beautiful blonde English rose like others at court. No, she was dark, mysterious, foreign in every way. She spoke French, played the lute, and held her head high, too high for some, good in the eyes of her enemies. She was something else, a witch, a traitor, a seductress, a queen who flew too close to the sun. They said she had 6 fingers, a mark of the devil. They whispered she used potions, spells, and dark charms to enchant the king, to blind him, to make him betray his first wife, Queen Catherine of Aragon. When King Henry VIII saw her, he didn't just see a woman, he saw obsession. He begged, he chased, and when she refused to be his mistress, he made her a promise. You shall be my queen. To marry Anne, Henry destroyed his first marriage to Queen Catherine. He broke from the Pope, cast away Rome, and tore England in two. All for Anne. And when she placed a golden crown on her head, the court watched with silent daggers in their eyes. She had won the throne. But Anne's crown was cursed. She gave birth to a daughter, Elizabeth, not the son Henry craved. And when she miscarried again and again, his love turned into cold steel. And then came the whispering, like poison in a wine cup. She is a witch. They said she had a 6th finger. They said she seduced the king with black magic. She sleeps with other men. They named 5, a court musician, a nobleman, a poet, even her own brother, Anne Boleyn. They accused her of incest, of treason, of laughing at the king's manhood. She stood trial in front of 2,000 people, pregnant with fear, not with child. And though the charges were riddled with holes, the verdict was decided long before she opened her mouth. Guilty, by order of her own husband. Henry wanted her gone, and he would make it quick, but not clean. May 19th, 1536. Anne did not sleep. She woke before the sun and whispered prayers to a God she hoped still heard her. She dressed herself carefully, not as a prisoner, but as a queen walking to her grave with dignity. A gray damask gown, trimmed with fur, a crimson cloak, perhaps to hide the blood. She stepped onto the scaffold at the Tower of London, where the crowd waited, hushed, hushed. She looked up at the sky. It was silent. Even heaven had turned away. Her final words echoed, "I die the king's faithful servant, but God's first." She removed her hood, kneeled, prayed, not for justice, that was long gone, but for mercy. The executioner, imported from France, was silent. He distracted her. "Bring me my sword," he said. She turned her head. Swoosh! One strike. And Anne Boleyn was no more. Her body and head were placed in an old arrow chest. No royal tomb, no ceremony, just silence. And where was Henry? He was off playing tennis. The woman they called a witch was buried, but her story refused to die. Her daughter, Elizabeth I, would rise from that blood-soaked legacy to become one of the greatest monarchs in history. Anne's name was erased, her portrait destroyed, her memory condemned, but history could not forget her. Some say her ghost still walks the Tower of London, head tucked beneath her arm, not seeking revenge, but remembrance. She was never the traitor. She was the sacrifice. If this story made your heart race and your soul ache, hit the like button and subscribe for more powerful history that dares to speak the truth they tried to silence.